Stray is a video game about an orange cat with its family of 3 other cats. You don't really know their names, but I'll just go ahead and name them. You are the main cat, probably called Stray, because of the name of the game. And he looks like my cat, except for the fact that my cat is obese and does nothing. We'll call her Samantha, that's Daniels with an S, and this is Bertha. It looks like Stray gets on well with everyone. As the cats roam around the beautiful, peaceful environment, adversity peeks its tiny little filthy nose into the hole that is their reality. Stray was the last to jump on a dodgy pipe and fell helplessly down a, fortunately, not a bottomless pit. Because of the harsh fall, Stray does not survive and dies. Good thing Stray is a cat, and a cat has 9 lives, so 8 lives left. This is where a sewer gate magically opens up and enters Dead City. As you parkour deeper into the city following the orange signs, you'll see a facility with a bucket inside. You'll need the bucket to do this. Next, you do what cats do best, knocking things off tall places. Coincidentally, the last bucket opens the entrance to the next part. After following the not-so-subliminal messages and drinking some unknown drippings, he runs into a half-alive robot who is also halved, and a swarm of creepy crawlies. So he runs for his life. Let's switch up the script's point of view writing to third-person perspective, because I, as a writer, is incompetent. Having escaped a narrow death, you continue traversing the rooftops, following orange neon signs, completing simple puzzles until you reach the flat. In here, you'll find another simple puzzle to solve and discover whatever it is that's been trying to communicate with you since the beginning. The B12 robot. Oh, no, not that one. This one. This will be your companion throughout the game. And you also get a cool vest that you're not really comfortable to wear yet, so you walk around like this. As you reach the slums, it seems that all humans have died and are replaced with human-like robots with emotions and stuff. Like Grandma Robot here, a robot that identifies as a grandma who knits. It looks like you've ventured into an underground city, sealed from the outside world. At first, the robots are afraid of you, thinking you would eat them. Next thing you know, you're tasked with helping the robot people achieve their human-like desires like feeling cold and needing a blanket, or not having any sheet music to play. After timing your meal so that this robot drops his paint bucket to the ground, you meet Momo, who apparently has 3 other friends with their own journals, which we will have to find in order to repair his transceiver. One of the journal belongs to Clementine, and it can be found in a shack with lots of robot portraits and a computer room that's reminiscent of Japan in the 90s. Doc's journal can be found behind some books inside a safe, next to a Lucky Cat and some WD-40 in what looks like a library, with an either deep sleeping or dead robot inside. But can robots really die?
Zabaltazar's journal can be found in a precarious stack of empty boxes you gotta jump on and then jump off in order to retrieve, which is very precarious. After some light water break, you return to Momo. He then tells you he can't help you. So now you're going by yourself to Rooftops to install the transceiver. Here you'll face some more creepy crawlies, but a little bit of cat parkour will do the trick. After making it to the tallest building, you activate an elevator that wakes up all the creepy crawlies, which means, you guessed it, more cat parkouring. After climbing into the elevator with crawlies sticking to the sides, you finally put in the transceiver, connecting to the outside world. After talking to BlueTwelve about other important vitamins, you take this really long zipline back to the Slums Part 2. After reading Momo's note, you find him at the bar. He then tries to communicate with Zabaltazar. Zabaltazar tells us the only way up is through the sewers. But before we can go into the sewers, we need to find Doc in order to get the weapon foreshadowed in his journal. Seamus is Doc's son, so he has robot daddy issues, which is worse than regular daddy issues because apparently Doc's been gone for years. Being an alcoholic robot, you know he needs help, even though he pushes you away. As you follow him back to his house, sneak in and address his daddy issues, soon you find out there is a secret room, and you find it by solving a very easy puzzle. The secret message reads, "Time will tell." Time is a measurement of a duration. Will capitalization suggests a person, possibly a well-known person, a celebrity, and due to recent events, Will Smith cometh forth the mind. The final word is tell, capitalized, but there's no way it's another name. There's no comma. That means Will is trying to tell us something important through his slap. And who was the receiving end of this slap? Chris Rock. And Chris Rock tells jokes. Further research on Wikipedia, Chris Rock was referenced by Yahoo Movies on May 22nd of 2011. What is May 22nd, 2011 but a date in time? Thus coming full circle, leaving us with the magic number 2 in 22. May is the 5th month and 11 in the year 2011. After entering the secret room, you'll find Doc's broken tracker in a precariously placed empty box. You have to push to the floor. You can bring this tracker to Elliot for him to fix. But as you may remember, he was the shivering robot. Good thing you got that poncho from Grandma. After the tracker is fixed, you bring it back to Seamus and receive a ping from Doc's location from outside the slums. Following Seamus outside of the slums through a vault door, he then realizes he's a tiny little scoundrel who can't find his own father, so he has to ask you for help once again. After sliding into a bunch of crates, you realize you're in a cat parkour speedrun. With cat-like agility, you weave in and out like liquids, dodging all the crawlers. After reaching a safe point, you cat parkour your way onto some sort of tray wagon with cardboard padding, like some sort of cart with wheels rolling and crushing all the pus-filled crawlies with their alien blood splatter all over the sewage floor. You ended with a Hail Mary Daredevil type shit jump off the cardboard tray cartwheel wagon. 7 lives left, but Doc must be close. Reaching an electric generator with no power source, you get a tinkling that Doc might be close. Monsters in cages? Doc's known to study these things. Having found Doc and the defluxer and the fuse, you attempt to turn on the power generator with Doc's help. The defluxer's violet rays protects you from the crawlies by spontaneously combusting them, which is kinda cool. Doc then attaches the defluxer to your B12. However, due to the B12 having a small power source, you're left with a cooldown on the defluxer every time you use it. You and Doc then escape back to the slums narrowly. Doc then reunites with Seamus, who is now a raging alcoholic. Before you continue following Momo into the sewers, you can find the rest of the music sheets to give to Marusk, the guitar robot, and receive a useless goddamn mother flippin' music badge. After all that, you begin traversing into the sewers with Momo as your boatman or raft captain or raft guide or maybe designated rafter. Here's where you first encounter the crawly's eggs. It's like they want us to pop them. Luckily, you can by walking close to it. But when it does pop, a crawler will also jump out, so you gotta do it in bulk so you can laser their asses. Progressing along the sewers, you once again have to split from Momo because of a conveniently placed obstruction. You enter into what seemed like a sort of esophagus meat tunnel with a bunch of upside down uvulas. Moving quickly past some side eggs and some more catcore parkour will lead you to a room full of eggs, and there's only one thing to do: pop him and kill him. After killing all of the eggs, you realize you didn't have to kill all the eggs and that all you had to do was to get to the lever. Oh well. After pulling the lever, you won't believe your eyes what happens next. That's right, eyes on walls looking at you. Escaping into the next room, a little bit calmer, almost like an eyes wide shut party, but in this case, they're wide shut eyes. Upon activating the lever, the eyes become wide open, making this an eyes wide open party, except for the party part. After narrowly escaping and doing a styrofoam crate kickflip, also known as a crate flip, you finally see the biggest eyeball in the game. This is the mother of all eyeballs, just resting. Next thing you know, it's waking up and start doing some creepy pulsating shit, causing all the craw boys to gang up on you. BlueTwelve tries to help you, but he overheats, leaving only a small window of opportunity. With your small size, you leap through the metaphorical window, grabs BlueTwelve and run for dear life. Once again, after juking these meaty boys, you narrowly escape through, you guessed it, an almost finished reclining door gate, Indiana Jones style. Enters Ant Village. This is where Zabaltazar was communicating with you from. You explore around but cannot yet speak to the locals because BlueTwelve is having an existential crisis after realizing that he was once a scientist who uploaded himself into the matrix that is the BlueTwelve. You meet with Zabaltazar. After some light catching up, Zabaltazar points you into the direction of the last person in Momo's cute tiny little friend circle, Clementine's in Midtown. But before we do that, it's time for... And then you get a flower badge to show off to all your other Steam friends. After crawling into a super dark tunnel, you teleport to an abandoned subway station. You see an empty thing to put a thingy into. You start progressing through the station in search of Midtown. You see a monkey guy, and whoa. Enters Midtown. Here you begin your search for Clementine. After roaming the streets, you finally found the symbols at the back of the picture. Next is the numbers. I'm assuming it's floor 3, room 5. Bingo. After your hissful encounter with Clementine, wait, is that a paperboy hat? Okay. Clementine has a plan to get the battery to put into the empty thingy when you first enter the subway station. And now you gotta deliver this contact message which reads, "Note Ole," to someone you don't even know. After talking to every single robot in this city, you reach down to grab a free cassette tape for whatever reason, I don't know, cat impulses. Simon says not everything is free in life and you have to help him destroy these webcams. Normally, you would just disregard and grab the cassette tape and run, but it's Simon, and this is what Simon says. So I guess you have to do it. After Goomba stomping the 3 webcams, you take your cassette and bounce. The next place you visit is the bar with robots that don't know anything. So you take your anger out on this robot by dropping a crate of beer on his head. He was shocked and then shy. More robots who knows nothing. Oh, This guy knows a lot of things. That's not a clue. After hours of running around, you finally found him in the darkest alley you can find. He starts briefing you on the plan. First, you gotta find him some Neko Corp workers' clothes. Jacket, found, easy grab. Uh-oh, busted. Good thing I have my cassette tape handy for this conveniently placed boombox inside a robot's changing room. Damn, this shit slaps. Jacket, done. Next is the hat store, but Hater here is to stop you cause he's a frickin' hater. So you sneak into this box because robots never look down until they actually have to. Worker's hat, done. After your swift escape, you return to Blazer. More box sneak maneuver, and you're in. In NecoCorp, you know you gotta start juking these flybots. So you start juking and juking and juking in some hardcore catcore. Next is a very simple puzzle, but I would imagine it to be quite difficult for a cat. After grabbing the battery, you go back to find Clementine. After all, it's Clementine's plan. Reaching the complex, you find that the Popo got the joint on lockdown. Being a cat, you pretty much pass as a non-person, so you can just crawl in. After totally ignoring how you're supposed to play the game, you die in a box. 6 lives left. After playing the game like how you're supposed to play it, you enter Clementine's house, only to find that she had already left, but also a mysterious message. After solving the message leading to Blazer at the Disco Dance Club, you go to the Disco Dance Club. Oh, but it's closed for cats. So you do the natural thing of going out back and you see 2 robots looking at each other, so you know that's the way in. In the Disco Dance Club, this guy stole a lever. So you traded for a drink. And oh hey, Daft Punk. You used the lever to elevate into a puzzle that to this day I still don't know how I solved it. Oh, and you also see Blazer with Abraham Lincoln? You goddamn son of a non-sentient being, Blazer. Turns out Blazer was nothing more than a double-sided cassette bitch, and he completely duped Clementine and you. So I guess that's it. The end. Enters jail.
After escaping the jail cell and finding Clementine, you cannot understand what it's saying because B12 is no longer with you, but you do kinda understand pointing. With B12 back in business, you advise Clementine to throw a cinder block through a glass window in celebration. And it just so happens to progress you further into the game. Next, you gotta juke these flyboys into isolation, which is pretty simple. Okay, 5 lives left. Barely made it, but here we go. After opening the gate for the bike truck, you're then ambushed, which triggered your inner jugonometry and clutched your way onto the truckcycle. Realizing the both of you won't make it, Clementine pulls a complete chat move and sacrificed itself for the greater good. After putting in the battery, you take the train to control room. Reaching the control room, you see the cleanest room filled with the most brain-dead robots. They say the most on-the-surface shit, like this one is just speaking his stream of consciousness, not that he has any. That's the door leading to the surface. I'm assuming we'll have to open this. Solving the world's most complex puzzles, like trying to get this thing over here so that you can stand on it and do something simultaneously with some other thing. Pretty dark stuff. Here we are, the last puzzle of the game, the most challenging yet. We're gonna hack all these computers by turning them on. And then go to this thing and push this thing out, and then scratchy this thing. And then open this thing to scratchy, thus hacking this thing. Same thing for this thing. Walk around not realizing you forgot to finish the first thing, pausing the game to look on the internet about how you're an idiot, realizing you're an idiot. And we're done. Oh no, BlueTwelve is going kamikaze on us. Guess we'll have to leave you for now. You can see it. You can taste it. Freedom, trees, grass, and other green things. Onwards and upwards, leaving behind an exciting, heartful adventure.
Okay, bye.